how I earn respect. Welcome back, Grasshopper. Hope you're having a great day. I know I haven't spoken to you in a while, and that's okay. Please forgive me. Do know I'm still on my P's and Q's. I'm still training, still doing what I do, just taking a little break from the social media to go find more wisdom that I can impart upon you. Now, let's talk about it. How I earn respect, how I gain respect. When it comes down to it, especially for fighting, if you're a man, respect is probably the biggest thing in the world to you. And that's not a bad thing. Every man needs some sense of respect. He needs respect from others, and that's just how it is. And with my little break from YouTube, I'm trying to see what are the things that I can give to you, my loyal subscribers, my grasshoppers, my fellow martial artists, warriors, fathers, brothers, teachers. In the end, respect. One thing that I can teach you about respect and how I gain and earn respect is this. I don't ask for it, and I don't seek it. I learned about respect from being a labor worker. A lot of you guys know my story. I fought amateur MMA. After that, I opened up a gym. I had a little strength and conditioning business. I had a good amount of clients. I made them all fit and ripped. On the side, before I opened that and while I was fighting, I always worked as a labor worker. I worked in two pretty big operational warehouses right out of high school. I was a warehouse worker. I would pull orders. I did like almost everything when it comes to warehouse auditing, in the office, receiving, offloading containers, scheduling containers, drop off, loading off, whatever. From there, somehow I got into like just side work, finished carpentry, remodeling. Then I got into bigger stuff like side jobs for pouring concrete, masonry work, drywall, framing. I mean, when it comes to construction, building a house, I've done it all. Side work. I haven't really spent really too much time becoming a tradesman in drywall and framing, but I did help out a lot of other guys on side jobs. And I mean, these guys work. They work their asses off. From there, while I was running the gym, I got into ship work. So I would work on big fuel barges, on ships, tugboats. And what I would do was I would remove rust and prep the ship for paint it, primer it, put the finishing coat, then the ship would leave. From there, because I was such a good painter and labor worker, I got to do like emergency jobs, just fixing plumbing, whatever the ship needed to get repaired before I would go back out. Then from there, I hopped on with welders. I would be a weld help. I would be a fire watch. I would just watch a welder, make sure he's safe, make sure he had everything he needed to do his job. From there, I got up with fitters. We would just cut big parts of the ship that needed repair and fit up new pieces. They would weld it up. I mean, there was a point when I was doing ship work and I was making extremely good money per hour. And on top of that, I was running my gym. At this point, I had one of my clients. He became one of my brothers. I gave the keys to him and he would run my gym in my absence. I was doing a lot of ship work. Now, in ship work, you have tradesmen who are making in the ballpark of $50 to $80 per hour. And these guys were doing ship work, whatever trades they were in within this shipyard work for years, for like 5 to 10 years, some of them 30 years. Me hopping on as a young buck, 3 months in, a lot of these tradesmen would always want me to be their helper. Why? Because I was physically fit, I was sharp, and I was always attentive. I would make sure they were top priority. When you're working on ships, it's extremely dangerous, especially when they're welding. You got a lot of gas lines going on, and because we're in ships, we're in little tight quarters with metal. If there's gas in there and it's compressed, one spark of this welding machine can blow the ship up. Things like that do happen, but there are guys who come onto the ship, they gas free it, they check for just gas in the atmosphere. They make sure the ship is cleared of gas. Then you can do the welding, the painting. But a lot of these welders, they need their welding machines to be hooked up. You gotta go off of the ship onto the pier, set up their compressors, set up their welding lines, bring up all their tools, bring up all their welding rods, bring up all the safety equipment. On top of that, I gotta set up hoses, water hoses, to help with the fire watch. Bring all these fire blankets and make sure if they catch on fire, I have a water supply ready to shoot down the fire and shoot them down as well. There are so many things that go into being a weld help and a fitter just to help out these welders, that because I was sharp, physically conditioned, and like I could do the job, you could only tell me one thing once and I got it down. Boom, I would go off the pier, get everything ready, come back, set everything up. The welder would just have to come in and just weld. And on top of it, I would help him grind out his welds, sanded, whatever he needed. I was on top of it. It wasn't one of these dudes that just like eat Cheetos, smoke cigarettes, drink, be hungover coming to work. No, I was sharp. Because I also had my business and I was a father. I had my daughter already, my 2 daughters. Dude, I was sharp. Like I wasn't there to fuck around. So because of that, I gained respect from these people. Now, as I said, I was just a basic laborer. Around this time, like 3 months in, because they see how tentative I am, every day just on my game, I was able to move up. All these tradesmen, all these welders, these fitters, they wanted me on their crew because they seen how fast. Oh, Chezzy boy, he work hard. He's fast. He's sharp. I want him with me. And because of that, because I always had my head on a swivel, I kept myself in shape and sharp, I would be able to negotiate my pay. I was passing laborers who were there for like 5 to 6 years in a matter of 4 months. Yes, some guys would get somewhat jealous. They'd be like, oh, you over here just kissing ass, this and that. But 4 months in, they watch me just run circles around them. And from there, instead of being a dick to these other laborers that I was passing up, I would tell them, this is what you got to do. Start getting in shape. Watch what I do. This way, we all can get paid. I don't need to come here and like talk shit about this guy, talk shit about you, talk shit about this. And I definitely don't want to hurt my back from carrying your slow ass all day. So if I give you the game on how I'm sharp and how I'm able to be the way that I am, maybe all of you guys can level up with me and we can all get paid, get all bigger hourly rates, and we can go on to bigger and better jobs and push this company as a whole forward. And they all respected me for that. I was passing guys who were literally like labor workers for like 5 years, do good work, but because outside of that, outside of their actual job, they weren't keeping themselves in shape. They were probably doing other stuff like going to the strip clubs, getting extremely drunk. They weren't on their P's and Q's as a man to keep themselves strong and sharp. It showed in their daily work. But because I was on my shit, it was easy for me to blow past these dudes and gain the respect. And that way, like I said, because everybody wanted me to help them out, when it came time for my quarterly review, I could negotiate my pay. Of course, I had a cap, but it was like at the point where like even the people in the office wanted me to be there. So in the end, no matter what you're doing, no matter what I did, no matter where I went, framing, drywall is, I give drywall guys credit, man. I mean, it's a lot of work. You got to be like on point, dude. You got to be on point. In order for me to gain respect, I did landscaping. I did so many type of labor jobs just to make side money for my family while I had my gym up. I mean, I had so many experiences, and the knowledge that I want to impart to you from all of my experiences from labor work, working with men. Dude, when a man, a tradesman, is making $80 an hour, when he works with a group of guys, he doesn't want them to be slow, lazy fucks. He makes $80 an hour for a reason, because he is a master at his trade and he's on his P's and Q's. If you want to get within that circle and come close to what that guy is making per hour, you got to be sharp as well. And the way I was able to gain respect from all of these higher ups in every labor job that I was able to do was I kept myself sharp. I earned my own respect. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't go looking for respect. I respect myself. I don't overeat. I watch what I eat. I watch what I think. I treat others nicely. I work out. I plan my days. I do my best to help everyone. And that's what it is. I gain my own respect. Before I hit the bed at night, I ask myself, did I do my all to be my best? And just so happened, I posted that little clip of me teaching the kids at my daughter's line dance club. For me, my best now as a man, as a family man, is, am I doing my best to keep myself sharp so that way I can give my all to everyone that I serve? And that's how I gain respect. I don't look for anyone's respect. I look for my own self-respect. That way, like I said, when I'm laying down in bed at night, I can go to sleep comfortably, knowing that I did all the hard work to keep myself in shape, to be sharp, and to be able to gain all this strength, yet give it all away with asking nothing in return. If you want this type of respect, you see how I jumped the rope, you see how I hit the bag, you see how I do everything. If you want that type of respect as a man, respect yourself first. When you respect yourself first, you keep yourself strong, sharp, you don't overeat, you stay sober-minded, and you give all of that strength away, this respect comes running after you. This is what I want for you as a man, a father, martial artist. You could be a woman, a mother. Always seek your respect. Don't go out looking for it. Respect yourself by keeping yourself in shape, sharp, and on the ball. And that's what I got for you for this video. Hope it gives you some type of insight on how to better just plan your days and just become a better human being. And as I always say, train hard and be kind.